Hi, welcome to Roth Living in Salt Lake City. My name is Alyssa Adamson. I'm the chef here, and today I'm going to be making cinnamon rolls because it's Christmas time, and that means cinnamon rolls. And this is going to be for your Christmas brunch morning, so you can wake up, eat cinnamon rolls, and open presents. This is the best way to go. And I'm going to show you how to make the best cinnamon rolls using your convection steam oven. So to start, I've got about 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add a 1/3 cup of sugar, and then I've got all of our leavening agents because we need these to be really light and fluffy. I have 2.5 tablespoons of baking powder, and I also have 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then I just have my most important ingredient, salt. This is 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And you want to add salt to everything you do just so that it will kind of balance the flavors out. Okay. So that's our dry mix here. I'm just going to take a whisk and make sure these are very evenly combined. And now we are simply going to add our butter. I do half my butter cubed and half my butter with slabs. And the reason for that is the little cubes are going to help give us that nice tender texture. But the slabs are going to give us that flakiness that we're looking for. So then I'm just, taking my hands, getting in there, and I'm gently kind of squashing all the little pieces of butter into the flour so that it becomes semi-cohesive. So I'm gonna work on this, and once I'm at the correct texture, we will add the buttermilk. All right, okay, so this is at the perfect texture where I've got big lumps of butter left, but it's pretty well combined. And when I grab some of that flour and squeeze it together, it kind of holds its shape. So once we've got this, then we're gonna add our cold, really, really cold buttermilk. So I'm gonna start, I've got 2 cups here. I'm gonna start with about 1 cup. And I'm just gonna stir this together until it starts to become one mass, okay? All right, so I've rolled it out to about 1/2 inch thickness. And now for the good stuff, we're gonna make the filling. So, very, very simple. I've got 1 cup of dark brown sugar, and I like cinnamon rolls a certain way. Ooey and gooey, and really cinnamony. So I have dark brown sugar. I don't use any regular sugar because that dark brown sugar brings out a lot more of that gooey texture. And where I do, a lot of people will do about 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to their cup of sugar. I do 3 tablespoons. So I really want that cinnamony, almost spicy flavor coming through. So I've just got that mixture, and then of course I added the #1 ingredient in cinnamon rolls, butter. And I melt that butter down so that we're gonna get a really beautiful pasty consistency, and dump all the ooey gooiness over the dough. And in my opinion, that's one of the most satisfying things to watch in the world. Gorgeous. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and use my rubber spatula to spread that out evenly. So now that we've got our cinnamon down, we're gonna start rolling. So I just like to go from the further edge. I start in the middle, and I kind of just gently use my fingers to roll and keep it as tight as you possibly can. So I'm kind of pulling and rolling, if you guys can see, and making sure that it stays nice and tight. Okay, so I personally, there's a lot of different ways people like to cut their cinnamon rolls. I am a fan of the serrated knife. Gently, and you guys can see how beautifully that cuts through, back and forth. You don't want to smush it. I just gently go back and forth. I like to start in the middle, and then I just go again, right in the middle of the other half. This way I'm gonna make sure that I get even size of rolls. I don't have to try to guess with my roll size. So now I've got 4 logs, and again, I'm gonna cut each of these in half, and then one more time I will do each of these in half. Perfect, I have all my beautiful cinnamon rolls ready to go. So you're going to take your pans, and I personally like to do these in 2 round cake pans because then they get squished together Look at that. Oh, that's heaven right there. So this is what your cinnamon rolls are going to look like. You can either put these in the freezer for a couple months. They will stay, and then you can always have fresh cinnamon rolls anytime you want. Pull them out, throw them in the oven, or you can put them in the fridge overnight, or if you're me, bake them right now. Okay, we are now at our steam oven. I'm gonna show you what mode we're gonna select to bake the cinnamon rolls. We are not going to choose the steam mode. We're not gonna use regular convection either. We're gonna use the magical combination of high heat convection and steam. So intermittently throughout this cooking process, we're gonna get bursts of steam into the cavity, which is gonna help our cinnamon rolls stay super moist, and it's also gonna help them to cook really evenly. So you're gonna hit enter again, and then we are going to adjust the temperature here to 375. So I'm gonna hit enter, start operation. So once this is preheated, I will put my cinnamon rolls in, and they will take about 15 to 18 minutes to bake up. Oh, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. That is heaven right there. So you pull these out, you can see literally the flaky layers. Obviously you can see the cinnamon and sugar, and you can smell it. We need to set these aside. They need to cool for about 5 minutes if you can handle it, and that'll give us enough time to make a really quick, simple glaze. So I do powdered sugar, which we've got here, and then I'm gonna add some heavy cream, a little bit of salt, of course, and our own very special homemade vanilla extract. So we've got about a cup of powdered sugar, and I'm gonna add a little bit at a time because this can quickly go from the correct consistency to way too loose. So I'm starting with probably about 1.5 tablespoons. I'm going to add a pinch of salt there. This is very sweet. So again, to get the right balance, I do want to add salt here. And now I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of this gorgeous fragrant vanilla extract. Did I say tablespoon? Teaspoon. Not too much because that will overpower the flavor. So here we go. You see that? That's what I'm looking for. Gorgeous consistency. Smells like that beautiful vanilla extract. And then you can just go ahead and I'll move this back onto the counter. Still nice and hot. But this is another one of those beautiful moments. We're gonna go ahead and pour our glaze.